So terrible news, Universal just announced that Fear Pass Plus Express has been officially discontinued.
That thing looks like an alien. Looks more like an alien than a, what is that?
Right, Scott. Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It's time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2026 update. We got new lights, we got new truss, we got new props. So on that note, it's time to talk about the Halloween Horror Nights shirt of the day. We're gonna go back to the quality Bloody Mary shirt, HHN 2008. So on that note, enjoy the commercial.
There it is. Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights. Ugh, creepy. Universal's actually letting me take my camera inside for a sneak peek and a chance to meet some of the people who think up all this weird stuff.
Well, you know, Halloween Horror Nights is already the biggest, baddest, scariest Halloween event in the country. So our challenge creatively is to really make it all new every year, to reinvent it. And what we've done this year is taken the event to a level of saturation and immersion that no one's ever seen before. It's never been done. And we've done that by taking literally 1,000 characters a night and immersing our audience in incredible scare zones, street experiences, and haunted houses unlike anything they've ever seen before.
What's the theme for this year?
Well, this year is all about urban legends and myths and folklore and fairy tales. You know, kind of the things you kind of sort of know or heard as a kid. But we tie it all together with the queen of urban legends, Bloody Mary. And everybody knows that if you say Bloody Mary's name into a mirror 3 times, she'll appear. What you don't know is what happens after she appears and after the mirror breaks. And what we're doing here at Halloween Horror Nights is we're going to take you into her world and immerse you in it.
Well, let's try it. Come on, Bloody Mary.
Whoa, no, hold on, no, we don't do that until Halloween Horror Nights. Then we say her name 3 times.
Okay, cool. Now, let's go see where they create these creatures.
The stuff that we create here in the prosthetics lab is fantastic. It is our version of the modern day Frankenstein's lab, where we create these fanciful characters from our imaginations into real life and bring the nightmares to you guys in the street. You know what, it is exciting that we got a chance to get you inside here to see this stuff, because we don't show this stuff to everybody, so you're kind of special. But I'm gonna take you through what we do to create something like that and bring it to you. This is actually a character you're gonna see in Fractured Tales. It's one of the scare zones within the event this year. You know, but he's only one of over 1,000 unique characters we created this year. And you know, it starts, like I said, from a sketch, and then Tim works with the clay to form all of this into this wonderful thing that you'll come in contact with. You know, like nightmares have ever been real, this is it. Here is a great character called the Frog Prince. You know, he lives in a scare zone called Fractured Tales. It's again one of the 1,000 characters.
Oh, that is so cool. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No touch, thank you. You know, over 18 years of history, this by far is the largest scope of characters, you know, stories that we've ever created. Every one of these stories that we tell you, every one of these characters that you've seen today are unique and different. We've never done this before, so you gotta come this year.
So tell us about Bloody Mary.
This story starts 50 years ago, where our doctor, Dr. Mary Agana, starts treating her patients with their fears, and then she starts killing them. Ugh. And then she becomes Bloody Mary, this horrific myth, you know, that you say her name. And
Yeah, you say her name 3 times. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
No, hey, no, that's dangerous, and we don't know what's gonna happen.
All right. Thank you so much, TJ. And now we're gonna go see one of the haunted houses. Wow, this is amazing. This is one of the haunted houses here at Halloween Horror Nights. Oh, hi, Michael.
Oh, hey.
Michael, what makes this year's Halloween Horror Nights so unique?
Well, one of the most unique things is we're allowing you access for an inside look at Halloween Horror Nights 18 before anyone else. And we've really ramped up the event. We have more content than ever before, including more street experiences and 3 live shows, including the return of Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure, which is gonna be hilarious. We're in the Body Collectors. Fellas, this is one of 8 all-new haunted houses, or mazes as we like to call them at Halloween Horror Nights 18. What we do is totally immerse you as a guest, using film-quality sets, state-of-the-art special effects, including audio, smoke, and even smells. And then there's the scaracters, who will come at you from every direction with one goal in mind: to hear you scream. As you've heard, this year's event is all themed to urban legends, and there was only one character that could bring that all together, the most intense icon in our 18-year history, Bloody Mary.
Oh, I know. And if you say your name 3 times, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Whoa, dude. Really? Don't say that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. This is very realistic stuff. Michael? Michael? Hello? I guess we're done. How do I get out of here? Be sure and check out Halloween Horror Nights, and whatever you do, don't say Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Okay, welcome back.
We got our next little construction update over here. Another wall has appeared, so there's 3 of them. And then the other gates have now been removed. So tomorrow we'll probably see another wall pop up because they got to start refurbing this, painting it, switching it up a little bit because it's got to be ready before HHN starts because they got to put the medallion up and all sorts of other stuff up there. All right, we're heading in. I see a little bit of wiring coming out from the truss. So did they wire up the truss yet? All right, so we see 2 wires going up the truss. That's going all the way up to the top, and then it goes all the way over. Do you see it? It's really hard to see, and it's just chilling over there. So nothing's been plugged in, so probably tonight we'll get some sort of light or speaker plugged in, but there's now wires along the truss in the front. No changes to the front entrance truss. Nothing's been added, nothing's been changed.
We got some changes. We finally got some changes. This week it's been slow. There's really been nothing happening besides new cords. Still over there. Oh my God, yes.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Don't trust clowns. Rule number 1.
We got a bunch of stuff that's been added. We have the star at the top, and there's been stars added to the side of the clown right there. They've also added some distressed, really gross looking flags around the tower. And then also, you're gonna come over here, we're gonna have all sorts of different cotton candy plastic bags, dirtied cups. We also have one of these guys, as if it's like the trash can where you put the trash in. He's looking a little gnarly. I think it looks like an alien. Looks more like an alien than a clown. Oh, this looks good. The dirtied flag going all the way up. Okay, let's do a whole montage of it real quick. There's also a cord update inside. So if you look up the truss, there's a cord right there. I wonder if we're gonna have something illuminated at the top.
I'm ready for the question of the day. I think I saw you. Weren't you here when they had almost a hurricane thing going on or something? Was that you documenting that sign flying away?
I think you went to the future. I think they planted corn. Is there a hurricane coming?
Corn?
Is there gonna be a sign just chilling over there from a hurricane?
No, the sign flew away, but it came back.
What is your favorite circus snack?
Oh, that's a great question. But they don't have it in the future. Would you like to know what it is?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Really?
Yeah.
It is Felix's oysters, grilled oysters on a stick.
No fun colors on it? No cotton candy or...
Cotton candy?
You're at a circus.
You don't put cotton candy with oysters. You want to get sick?
I think if you eat any salad right now, I think that'll make you sick.
Why?
There's like a parasite in all the salads now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would skip forward in the future a couple weeks and then it'll be gone.
Well, what are they doing with parasites in salads?
They're trying to eat the salad to lose 10 to 20 pounds.
Great Scott.
So we have that prop piece over here. Now we've had an actual stage up here. This looks wonderful. It's like the same size that was underneath the archway years ago. But they have this barrel with this mermaid tail popping out of it. I think the star of the show is this little guy, this little ghoulie right there. So in the artwork, the left side of the eye has, you know, the spinning spiral as if it's a portal. Because Cindy's gonna be bringing back all sorts of different creatures throughout the ages of HHN. And then the right eye was kind of like broken and messed up. Left eye looks good. So you're gonna come over here. There's gonna be stairs for a performer to stand right here. There's also gonna be an effect with fog. So you'll have a fog or light effect that'll come out through the grate right here. There's blood all over the crates. This stuff has not been installed yet. You can see there's like bags of concrete or something underneath there. It's hard to see, but they have all the distressed flags. It says salvage in the back. then down here, it looks like this is probably where they'll add where the speakers are gonna be, so the audio can come out for whatever the performer's doing. So they're carrying on that same aesthetic of the distressed wood. It looks like this carnival has seen better days. It's been around for a long time. You know when you start like peeling back paint layers, it's like different paint layers from different times. That's what I'm kind of picking up on, because like this was one year, it looked nice and beautiful. Then they had this style of paint and they switched it up. It's just looking great. You can get a better look of what's covered up. It's like gravel. You got gravel right there. Then there's some stairs right here for the performer to enter onto the stage. They'll cut right around here. Something's gonna be definitely hung up right here. Let's just do a whole 360 of how it looks.
I got so distracted I forgot to see what's new in the Brown Derby. So let's go back to the Brown Derby, see if there's any new discounted merchandise in there.
Into the Brown Derby we go. We got some Astrid How to Train Your Dragon live action Funko Pops. And we got some new Fast and Furious shirts. Captain America right there, and then Viking and Liking It. I wonder why this is in the discount store. They did get the Night Bus t-shirt in here. We have a Jurassic World hat, and then Who You Gonna Call Ghostbusters. This always reminded me of like Cheese Whiz instead of like slime.
So Universal just announced its new show, Stranger Things, Return to Hawkins. The music, the monsters, the memories. In this show, tune in to a special WSQK broadcast and relive your favorite moments from 5 seasons of Stranger Things. And then Michael tweeted out this: our HHN 35 Lagoon show this year travels to the Upside Down. In partnership with Netflix, we celebrate all the strange within Hawkins, the music, the characters, moments, fountains, media, mapped projections, 10 years and 5 seasons of Stranger Things. He also said, you're not prepared for what Dead Skull and team have built. And then Dead Skull said this: you have no idea what's coming. It's time to return to Hawkins. And then Jordan also tweeted out this: the Lagoon Show media has never looked better than it has for this show. Everyone behind this one is doing some truly killer stuff. I'm really excited about the show. I've heard nothing but good things behind the scenes about it. But yeah, we are having a IP return for the Lagoon Show. Now, there was also an interview with Jason about the new show. Venture through the Stranger Things haunts at Halloween Horror Nights. A Season 5 themed haunted house awaits, along with a special Lagoon show. Gather your party, nerds. Stranger Things returns to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights this year with chilly new experiences that will transport you back to Hawkins and beyond. Enter, if you dare, a new haunted house that showcases the most gripping moments from the 5th and final season and puts you right at the center of the ultimate battle to save the town. Then take in the thrilling sights and sounds of the special Lagoon show celebrating 10 years of Stranger Things. Halloween Horror Nights runs on select nights, Friday, August 28th through Sunday, November 1st at Universal Studios Orlando, and Thursday, September 3rd through November 1st at Universal Studios Hollywood. Haunted house guests will make their way through familiar spaces within the Stranger Things universe, including the Wheeler House, Hawkins National Laboratory, the Max Z military base, and the eerie realms of the Upside Down and the Abyss. Keep your eyes peeled, because you'll be hunted at every turn by demigorgons and other sinister creatures. And with Vecna on your heels, the tear intensifies, pulling you into an all or nothing battle for survival. Meanwhile, the nighttime Lagoon show Stranger Things Return to Hawkins will celebrate Stranger Things' 10th anniversary with a special experience that takes guests on an emotional journey through all 5 seasons. The show will feature memorable scenes from throughout the series projected across the towering water screens, accompanied by dynamic lighting effects and immersive audio featuring popular selections from the series' original score. Learn all about Stranger Things Return to Hawkins. Dive into details of the celebratory Lagoon show with Jason, Assistant Director of Entertainment Creative Development at Universal Studios Orlando. So they asked him, how would you describe the show? What can attendees look forward to? And Jason said this: the all-new Lagoon show Stranger Things Return to Hawkins invites fans to relive iconic moments and celebrate beloved characters from the hit series as we pay tribute to one of the most popular franchises of the past decade, featuring towering water screens, dynamic lighting effects, and immersive audio, including fan-favorite music from the series. The spectacular show brings unforgettable scenes from Stranger Things to life in a whole new way. way. How does a Lagoon show celebrate 10 years of Stranger Things? Jason said this: Stranger Things Return to Hawkins will showcase some of the most iconic moments from all 5 seasons of Stranger Things. For fans who have followed the story from the beginning, the show offers a nostalgic celebration of the characters, adventures, and unforgettable scenes that have made the series a cultural phenomenon. What elements are you most excited for fans to see? Jason says this: what makes our Lagoon spectacular so special is the ability to bring stories to life on an epic scale, allowing fans to celebrate the music, characters, and emotions that have connected them over the years. While there are countless exciting elements throughout the show, one of my favorites is seeing the Hawkins locations recreated throughout stunning projection mapping across the park's buildings. Roughly how long did it take you to put this show together? Jason says, in partnership with Netflix and filmmakers, the show has been in development for quite some time, with teams collaborating across creative, technical, and operational disciplines to bring the experience to life. How many people from which departments were involved in making it? Jason says, honestly, there are too many talented individuals involved in the show to count, but the show is a result of the tremendous collaborative effort involving team members from across the organization, from lighting and fountain designers to our strategic video editors, our unbelievable production team, and music composers, and many more. Are there any exciting facts about this show you'd like to share? Jason says this: this is the first time we've built an entire Lagoon show around a single franchise, so we're incredibly excited to bring it to life. We can't wait for fans to see it and experience Stranger Things in a whole new way. Is there any other information attendees should know? And then Jason said this year, fans of Stranger Things can step into an immersive haunted house inspired by the 5th and final season of the hit series at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights in both Orlando and Hollywood. Guests can also enjoy themed food and beverage offerings, along with an assortment of merchandise inspired by the final season, including apparel and accessories that recreate iconic looks from the show, such as Will's bomber jacket, Holly's necklace. Additional merchandise includes items such as a Demogorgon-themed scrunchie and socks, a lug crossbody bag, and a Roosevelt's button-up shirt, giving fans even more ways to celebrate their love for Stranger Things. Run, don't walk to purchase your tickets for Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. The Stranger Things Season 5 house will be better than the final season. There's a pretty solid team working on it. The house should be decent, and the show should be a ton of fun. And it does look like the new merchandise is a improvement over that terrible preview merch.
And it has now been electrified. The truss here over by Mel's, there's a cord coming out of it, so it'll be running through the bushes and just going to the box over there. So it starts over there, just goes right through the bushes right there, and then into the box. So we got this one that's been electrified, and now that one. Time to see if any new LED strips have been installed. So for the truss, this has been installed, so they'll be able to mount something to it or clamp it to it, but this was not here. So this has now been attached to the truss to have something mounted to it. We have a brand new light right over here. This thing is massive. It's like a freaking cannon in the bushes. So it's right there next to the tree with the LEDs.
So we got big set pieces in Hollywood. I think we'll just get some more little electrical details in this scare zone for today.
We also have another light right over here next to the tree with the LED. This just looks like more atmospheric lighting, but it does look to be plugged in. You can see the cord going all the way around, looping around, all the way over there. So it starts over there and the cord is just looping around here, and it just kind of goes into, I think, the mess of cords back there. There's a lot happening back there. Over here we have another light that has appeared. Again, these things are massive. They're all kind of pointed up. So we're gonna have the LED effects on all the trees. We have the lights shining up and shining down on all the trusses, and now these just shooting kind of off to right there. So these are also plugged in to kind of the same box we've been following right over there. Then right here, we have two lights, again, pointed up. Not at anything, they're just pointed up here in the sky for atmospheric lighting. So we'll probably see this all fogged up, and then they'll be shining these up. But I'm wondering how they're gonna kind of hide all these lights. Normally they kind of hide them behind prop pieces. And then nothing new with the 7 truss over here. And then over here, we have another one of those lights pointed up at the sky. Oh, we also have speakers. Speakers have been attached to all the truss. There's a speaker right there, a speaker right there on the truss, and another speaker right there. And then right here on the truss, there's also speakers. So all the speakers have now been mounted to all the truss. So we got new lights, new speakers, couple new cords.
We're still waiting on like the big set pieces in the scare zone though.
And then nothing new yet with the truss or the stage. What the heck is that? Is that a hairball? What is that?
Our Gordon Savior Little Boo, please give us something interesting to look at back by the sprung tent.
Nothing happening back there. and no details happening outside the tent. I hear music being played back there. Now, not too much of a difference. We can see the windows for Nightmare Fuel, but they're still working on it. That window does kind of look like a coffin to the left. That's kind of cool. So we did get some updates about Hamikuma for this year's HHN.
So Universal Addicted posted this. Universal City Studios has filed 3 separate trademark applications for the mark Hamikuma, covering a variety of goods and services that include bath and household linens, an assortment of bags, confectionery products, and beverages. So it sounds like he is returning again to Halloween Horror Nights this year.
Oh my gosh, there's so much. They were busy overnight. Look at all this. Yesterday there was just some speakers with some wiring, and now we have lights everywhere. Electrical has still not been run down through that truss, but on this truss over here, we do have the cords going down. So they're going down so you don't trip, and they're being plugged in to the box right here. What's in the mystery box? Well, I'm sure we'll find out eventually, but the cords are running into it. They're going all the way up there. Plug it in to all the lights. Okay, let's do the rundown of all the lights now, because there is so much to go over. All right, so first off, inside the truss, you're gonna have one light that's gonna be shining down. So it's gonna illuminate the truss. So it looks like in each one of the trusses, there's a light shining down. So it'll illuminate everything. And then also at the top of the truss is kind of the same thing. There's one light that's just shining this way through the truss. Also one shining that way. So it'll illuminate all the truss, but it's like that on every single one. So there's always one shooting that way and one shooting this way, one going that way, one going that way. And then we're gonna have a massive light bar in the center. This almost looks like some sort of black light or something. But so there's a light bar right there, a light bar right there. Almost the entire truss is light bars right there, and then no light bars right there. So then when we come over here, we got a light bar right there, a light bar in the center, and a light bar right there. But then you come over here and it's kind of an angled light bar. So you have 2 light bars, 1 light bar, no light bar, because that's where the DJ will be. 1 light bar, 2 light bars, and then 3 light bars. It's almost making like a dome over the DJ. Then we're gonna come over here and we get a light bar right there, a light bar right there, and a light bar right there, and then 2 light bars right there. So then up here, we're gonna have 4 lights. One's gonna be pointed at the DJ stage. The other ones are gonna be kind of pointed down at the area that you walk through. There's also gonna be these kind of spin around, so they're not stagnant lights. Then over here above the DJ stage, you have 1 shining down at the DJ, and then 4 of them shining down kind of where we're standing right now. Over here we have the lights shining over here kind of where the stages are, where the performers will be dancing. But what's intriguing is the lights that we have over here. So there's 2 lights that are not pointed at the stage or the area where we're standing. So last year they had a little bar over there, so I wonder if there's gonna be a new set piece over there when you're walking out of the gift shop, or they're just gonna be illuminating the bar over there.
So they just sent this out on Instagram. They DM'd the annual pass holders, hey, UAP fam, as we continue to make way for the new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift roller coaster opening next year, we are permanently closing Fast and Furious Supercharged next month, and the last day to experience the attraction will be August 16th, 2026. Stay tuned for a special look at our new coaster soon. So we've been seeing them kind of take all the cars out of the queue. I'm guessing those are gonna probably end up in the queue for the new attraction, but in August, they're closing. I thought they were gonna close it in 2027.
RIP Fast and Furious Supercharged. August 16th will be your last day to experience the attraction.
That's crazy, it's like a month away. They gave like a month notice. At least they gave a notice so people could ride it one last time.
Not seeing too much added to the stage over here. So we had this truss and we got the cords going down it. So now it's going across there. You can see it kind of looping down, then it's going underneath the stage and then pops out here, then goes through there and then snakes through there, and then goes into the box in the bushes. It's like before you know it, this is gonna be an active scare zone. HHN is gonna be here before we know it, and then nothing has changed with the stage right here. We just have all the lights up there pointing down at whatever's gonna be happening here. But before you know it, we'll start getting details on this stage. Holy crap, we got another piece of track that just got added. Look at it. Look how high is this track gonna go? It's gonna go all the way over the stage and then go back down there, which then will lead into the spike but you can kind of see right there. The flags have now been taken off the top though. This is like my favorite time of the year because every single morning, like all my friends are here. I meet so many of you guys. We're all just kind of like nerding out and freaking out about all the new different set pieces. This is when the HHN community starts to come back together because it's such a special community. We're all a bunch of oddballs. We get excited about cords and little props and new little details. All right, so the next movie in the summer movie series is going to be Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So on July 25th at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. it'll be airing, and then also July 29th at 3 p.m. That's the last movie to be happening in July.
Okay guys, we're back in the office. So terrible news, Universal just announced that Fear Pass Plus Express has been officially discontinued. We found out through Twitter. So Brandon asked Universal this: I've heard the rumblings that you're taking away multi-night tickets with Express. So then Universal says, as we continue to evaluate our offerings in an effort to provide the best Halloween Horror Nights experience for all guests, we have discontinued all Fear with Express Pass products. Other Fear Pass options will be on sale soon. Universal did confirm that Fear Passes are returning, just not with Express. So we have a lot to talk about in an upcoming video. The story's not over. It's heavily rumored that there's supposed to be some other options potentially to help alleviate some of the stress with the Fear Passes. Again, we'll do a deep dive kind of rant, good, bad, and ugly of this decision in an upcoming video, but we kind of need more information to come out. So let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts about Fear Passes not having Express this year? Because last year was very limited with the amount of Expresses that were included with Fear Passes. We will be back tomorrow with another Halloween Horror Nights update. There's so much happening. The scare zones are getting bigger. We're getting bigger set pieces. Stuff is happening. So on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family.
Because I'm going to keep you up to date on all things Universal Studios and Halloween Horror Nights around the country. I love you all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Big set pieces.
Why?
There's like a parasite in all the...
Really?